channel. Today is a weird video. I'm sorry if I sound really weird, but today is Valentine's Day and I got my hearing aids in and I think I sound super weird. So I've only had my hearing aids for a couple of hours. First impression is I sound really strange. I don't even know where to even start on how weird I sound. I sound like I'm talking so loud and I don't know whose voice it is. But I had this great idea from Crystal Ryan. We were talking about all the things that I'm hearing that I've never really gotten to hear before, and she was talking about makeup and I was like, oh my god, I should film. I just heard my dog. Doing my makeup for the first time, like actually hearing it, because the last time I had hearing aids, oh, he's getting grumpy. But the last time I had hearing aids, I was in the 8th grade and I was over 10 years ago. So a lot of the things I don't remember, and I was not doing hardly any makeup that I can remember. So I have some makeup laid out and I'm gonna talk with you guys in this weird experience. I know this is so strange. So I'm gonna start by priming my eyes because it is Valentine's Day and I am gonna go out with my hearing aids on. And that's gonna be so stressful, but also so interesting because everything is so crazy. Like even this making noises, I'm like, what? I've gone through this whole thing and hardly ever hear this. And then also, as I'm setting things down, one thing that's really weirding me out is that I've been setting things on like the counters so much lighter, if that makes sense, because I normally don't hear things when I set it down. So normally I've been like, and like with the hearing aids on, I'm like, oh my god, it's so loud. I need to be so careful. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I don't know what like, it's like blowing my mind. I'm like, does everybody hear this? So like I can hear the air conditioning right now and I never ever hear the air conditioning unless it's like full blast. But like the audiologist was explaining to me how I have to get used to hearing things because the everyday person learns to like block out sounds. I can block out my dog barking because they're barking at my neighbor's dogs that are barking, but I don't think you can hear them. But they're having some conversations at the moment. But like the everyday person blocks out all these noises, and since I don't hear any of these noises, I have to get used to hearing myself and blocking out the air conditioning. Whoa, that's really loud too. So it's gonna be a lot of adjusting. And then I'm gonna take the blood sugar palette and I'm just gonna do something with this. I don't know what I'm doing yet. We're gonna make something of this and I'm just gonna talk while I do my makeup. I actually used this morning and I had the makeup on and then I was like, I got such a headache from hearing everything. Like even just, there's a hair on my nose. But like even just like sitting in my house and like there's so many noises. Like I'm used to sitting like in the quiet and I was like, oh my god, I can hear myself moving, I can hear my hair, like I can hear the air conditioning, I can hear my dogs like walking on the floor. I'm like, and there's no more quiet, which is gonna be really strange for me to get used to. I also don't know when I'm gonna put up this video and this hair needs to go away. All right, let's take this story back. So my hearing loss. I was born with hearing loss. I'm not completely deaf, but I do have like the step above deaf is like how bad my hearing is. But I get around most of the time because I've learned to read lips. So a lot of the times when I'm talking to people, I can't really understand what they're saying unless they're like facing me, if that makes sense. It's just kind of hard to explain to people, or some people that may not understand hearing loss and how all of it really works. Oh, the brushes are so loud. Also, I can hear myself, like, there's so many things I can just hear that is, what? So I have had hearing aids before. To clarify on my hearing loss, I've never ever had perfect hearing. I didn't have any instances where like I lost my hearing when I was like really young, or no, I was born with it. They still don't know why I have hearing loss. I haven't gone to an actual like hearing doctor in years to tell me like it's because of this, but me and my parents have gone through genetic testing and all sorts of things to figure out why, and we've never gotten an answer as to why this happened. But it's just something that I just kind of learned to live with and accept. I never really like, like when you're born with something, you never know what it's like to be perfect. Like hearing, I never know what it's like just without hearing aids. So I kind of for a long time had negative thoughts about hearing aids and just all of that stuff in general, because I had such a, I don't know, having hearing loss is a very emotional thing where they said I wouldn't be able to go to public school, and there's just a lot of like ups and downs and sports and friends and social lives. Like I remember in high school, people always thought I was so mean in high school, and like in all reality, like I don't understand you. So in my head, because I don't understand people, I have like this defense mechanism of well, number one, I either will not hear anybody at all. Like if you're on the other side of the hallway and people are talking in the hallway and you're like, London, London, I'm not gonna hear you. But like a lot of times in like groups, I say things that are like totally out of context. Like it's awkward to say the least. But going back to growing up, I had to do a lot of physical therapy with my hand. Still don't know what caused this either, but I have a deformity on my hand, and I did on this ear, and I had surgeries to kind of correct them. But I had a lot of things to go through growing up, and with that, kids are not the nicest. I had people that would be, what are those things in your ears? Why do you have to wear that? Why do you have to do this? Why is that? Those are so weird. Like I've had every name in the book called to me. I've been bullied a ton about all of this. Even I've had doctors that have been mean to me because I just didn't want to wear my hearing aids, and I had an experience where a doctor called me stupid because of my like speech that I've had a few people point out my speech, but I've had everything. I've had adults be mean to me. I've had kids be mean to me. I've had managers be mean to me. I've had teachers be mean to me, all because of my hearing loss. It's kind of crazy to think of, but it happens. It really happens. And it's a hard thing going through growing up, to say the very least. But I had a few hearing aids growing up in my life, and I just hated hearing aids. I just had this thing in my head. I was like, I hate them. I hate them so much. I don't want to wear hearing aids. I don't want to do it. And then like every once in a while, I'll get like a thing where I'm like, I could wear hearing aids. But overall, like in most of my life, I hated wearing hearing aids. I hated it. And like people would always tell me like, you should wear your hearing aids, you should do this. And like I never wanted to listen to anybody. And so in 8th grade, is when I had this reconstructive surgery, because this is my good side. This side here is better. I wish I could have asked the audiologist. They just have like a sheet of like frequencies that I can hear, and they compared it to the last time that I was at the hearing doctor, the audiologist. But I didn't ask them like how they would put this in words for people that don't really understand hearing loss, like how to explain my degree of hearing loss to people. So without the hearing aids, I hear like 5% out of this side, and I hear about 85% on this side. So I do need both hearing aids. Without hearing aids, I don't hear direction because they're so different. I do have a bone that goes through, I think it's this ear, that goes through my ear canal, but they cannot remove that because there's a chance my face could get paralyzed, so I'd rather just leave it in there. That gives you guys more of an idea of like my hearing loss, and it's only, so that was when I was in the 8th grade, the last time that I had hearing aids, and I've only gone down, so there's 3 different frequencies that I've gone down on since I was in the 8th grade, if that makes any sense. I can hear the airplane, and I'm not outside. I can never hear airplanes in my house, so it's like really weird to me that I keep hearing like airplanes flying over, because what it sounds to me like right now is what it sounds like outside without my hearing aids on, and I'm like, what the heck? This is really strange. This video is gonna be all over the place. I don't even know like how to start this conversation. I'm just kind of like rambling and doing my makeup at the same time, so I'm sorry. But this might be interesting to people because it's so hard to really get across, and initially I wasn't gonna say anything on my channel about my hearing loss, but I've had people already on this channel that have pointed it out that they're like, why do you talk so funny? What's wrong with your mouth? Like, what, do you have a retainer in your mouth? And I'm like, no, I have hearing loss. Which I'm very grateful for even being able to talk as well as I do, because I have met people that have hearing loss that is better than mine's, and their speech is just unrecognizable, to me at least. Like, it's like, what? Wow. So I'm very thankful for everything that my parents have put me through to get me in the position that I am right now regarding my hearing aids. I'm very thankful to have such good parents to be able to like really take care of me my whole life and take me to doctors and eye doctors and hearing loss doctors and hand specialists and all of that stuff. So far doing my makeup isn't as weird as I thought it was gonna be. I don't know, I think it's because makeup is so relaxing to me that I'm just kind of like, okay, kind of getting all the stress out from this morning. I was so anxious this morning because I really did not know what to expect at all, because you know, like, to try and remember a feeling that you had so long ago is crazy, and it went totally different from what I thought it was gonna be like. I really thought it was gonna be, I mean, the brushes are getting me really annoyed. Like putting them back and forth in there, but like to try and remember something from 10 years ago is crazy to me, and it just went so much more different than I thought it was. Like the very first thing, I was like, my voice, like, whoa. And like I edit my videos and everything, but like for some reason my voice was just weirding me out. I was like, what? I don't want to talk because I sound so weird, but I need to do it to get myself back in like tune with myself so that my speech can improve. I'm gonna prime my face now. Whoa. That is so loud. The other thing that was so loud to me, like right off the bat, so I'm gonna come out with another video kind of showing more in detail like the brand and like everything with my hearing aids, because these hearing aids are Bluetooth. Insane craziness. I mean, when you think back to like 1990s, if you told me that there were like cell phones and like you could connect your hearing aids to like cell phones and televisions, I would have my mind would have been blown. Just saying, like that in itself is so weird to me. I can answer phone calls on my hearing aids. I've done it 3 times so far today. Oh, I forgot to wet my beauty blender. Oh, this is gonna be strange. I'll be right back. Man, everything is so loud. The sink is so loud, and towels, the noises that towels make are so strange. I just dried my beauty blender with a towel and I was like, also, paper bags. No, I went to Chick-fil-A. I rewarded myself for getting hearing aids and I went to go and pick up Chick-fil-A and I went to the drive-thru and the lady handed me the paper bag and I was like, what is this? Why is it so loud? It like freaked me out. I think I got way too much foundation on my hands, but I'm using the Bite Beauty foundation because I don't want too much. I kind of want something a little bit light. I had pretty light makeup on earlier, just kind of like what I did in my, what video was that? My like skincare infused makeup video, a skincare Sunday video. I just did something like that real fast. I was like, okay. Beauty blender sounds very strange. I don't even know how to carry this whole like video on because I'm like, oh my god, everything sounds so weird. It's like wearing like, I mean, there's things that I've never heard before, and then there's things that just sound so amplified, and I'm like, what the heck? Like my car keys. I was checking out of my audiologist's office, and I got my car keys out, and I was like, oh my god, car keys are so loud. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, because I love like playing with my car keys, like in my hand. I was like, oh my god, these are so loud and no one ever told me. I mean, I've had people tell me like, oh, you know, you're talking really loud, and like that's not my fault because now I can hear myself, so I know how loud I'm talking at the moment. Well, like having hearing loss, I don't know how loud I talk, and then I get like really excited, and then, you know, it doesn't really work out. All right, going back to the oh, whoa. That's so weird. This is the Hourglass concealer. I never ended up doing a video on this concealer, but I don't know how I feel about it just yet. I think I put way too much on my eyes. Whoa. That is loud. I don't know. I need to know how many times I've said that. That is loud. My car, my truck. I've never heard my truck turn on, and I was like, oh my gosh. There were so many things in my truck that I was like, what? My truck is so loud. And then there's something like rattling in my truck. Rolling the window down was really loud. There were so many things I was like, oh my god. I don't know. It's something different about being an adult and like hearing all this stuff, because I feel like as a kid, you don't really like think about it all that much. You're just kind of like, oh, okay, I need these to learn what the teachers are saying, like kind of thing. But then as an adult, you're like, wow, I hear everything. Everything. Oh my God, that was loud. I'm gonna use my new Ciate setting powder, Everyday Vacay. I used this once, but I got it in my BoxyCharm box, and the smell of it is amazing. But it's very strange. It says that you're supposed to bake with it, so I'm gonna do that. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It reminds me of the Fenty. Fenty came out with like a mini fairy bomb puff thingy, and it smells just like this. And I'm like, yes, I love you. Alright, this is not a makeup tutorial. This is kind of just a chit-chatty get ready with me, but I keep talking about makeup. I need to talk about my hearing loss. Wow. Yeah, that's one big thing, is that I didn't even realize how loud I put things down. I also haven't heard my boyfriend yet, which is really strange. I've only heard like 7 people talk to me in person today. So I'm very interested to see, because my, you know, like my brothers are so much older than the last time I heard them. I was in the 4th grade when I was in the 8th grade. Now he's in college, and my other brother is 18 months younger than him, and I have another brother that's 10. I don't think I've ever heard him talk at all. So there's just so many things that I'm like, what? I'm gonna use my Hourglass powders today. This is sounding really weird. I had to put my hair up because the sound of my hair is so weird. It sounds like someone has tissue paper and is like crinkling it every time I move. So I'm not used to my hair yet at all. That's like driving me bananas. I know, there's so, and then like I was thinking about it, I was like, I haven't been to a movie theater, I haven't been in like a crowded space. The only thing I could really think about like wearing my hearing aids was like being in school is like the only thing I can really remember like with hearing aids on. I don't remember like a lot of everyday life, if that makes sense. But I really did not think that it was gonna be so much of a difference, because like I said, I kind of had this like negative thought of like hearing aids, and like, oh my god, everybody wants me to wear hearing aids. I hate hearing aids. I'm fine without hearing aids. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I just kind of want to, I had this mentality of like, I just want to be myself. I just want to be me. Like, I understand that these help me, but like, I just want to be myself, and I just want to learn to adapt to like my problems instead of getting help. And now that I'm an adult, and life is a lot scarier as an adult, let me tell you that. Because if you're younger, there's a lot of things that when you're in school, people kind of just, you know, like when you're in school, all the teachers know you, you sit in the front of the class, you get special treatment. I have dyslexia too, so I always had like the special treatment in schools, even though I went to public school. Well, I went to private school for 2 years, but I went to public school majority of my life. I only went for like pre-K and 1st grade, and then I moved out of Dallas, and my whole life I've been in public school. But ooh, that's loud. But like the one thing that people don't tell you after you graduate high school, that no one cares. No one cares. Like when you go to your job, they don't care. They don't care that you have hearing loss. I mean, some people do. Some people do remember, but it's hard to remember something that isn't like plastered on you, if that makes sense. Like there isn't a big sign on my head that says I'm deaf. Like, yeah, you can see hearing aids, but like when I'm not wearing hearing aids, like people think I'm rude, people think I'm disrespectful, people think the whole I'm not paying attention. I hate that. When people tell me I'm not paying attention, it makes me so angry. It's ridiculous. It's like, how can you tell someone with hearing loss to pay attention? Like, it doesn't work that way. And then also like, you have a lot of like memory problems when you have hearing loss, and especially since I have dyslexia as well. Your brain is trying so hard to process what people are saying in the moment that you don't really remember like short term of like what people are saying, and a lot of people don't get that. They don't. So it's hard to really, I don't know. That was like the one thing that like as a young adult I really noticed, like it's really hard, especially like if you don't like talking about your hearing loss. It's hard to be like, you get people to repeat things and repeat things and repeat things, and then they get angry at you, and then you have to apologize and tell them like, oh, I'm sorry, I have hearing loss. And they're like, oh, okay. And some people don't care. Some people are like, oh, whatever, you got hearing loss, big whoop. And then other people apologize and they're like, oh, okay, like, let me readjust myself here. But so far as an adult, I haven't had a lot of good experiences with hearing loss. So that is why I've decided, that was really loud, to get hearing aids. So my mom's been getting on to me about getting hearing aids, so I went ahead and did it, and I do not know how much I was missing. It is insane. Also, my audiologist was very helpful, very kind, and really like showed me the importance of wearing hearing aids with my auditory nerve and blah, 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 all of that fancy talk. So I was like, you know what? I should do this. I should do this. Because like there are things that freak me out, like getting out of the car, going to the grocery store by myself. Like I don't hear it. I don't hear cars. I don't hear if someone's walking up behind me, which is kind of scary. And it's scary just in general being a girl and going somewhere by yourself. And on top of that, not hearing anything. So life as a young adult being with hearing loss is a very, very interesting scenario. Whoa, that made a weird noise. Whoa, I didn't really know it made a noise when I opened. But I'm taking the shade What a Brat and just putting it on my inner corner. That looks so pretty. I love this shade. This is one of my favorite Fenty highlighters. I keep getting off track. This is gonna be a terrible video to edit. I also haven't edited any videos with my hearing loss, with my hearing aids. So that's gonna be interesting in itself. I don't know, there's so many things I'm just like, oh my gosh, haven't done this. Cause like, even I was talking to my friends, I was like, they were saying, I was like pointing things out and they're like, oh, it's so weird how we take things for granted. I was like, whoa, that's satisfying. I should do like a whole ASMR video. Although I used to hate those videos because I can't hear when people are whispering. So when people do ASMR videos and they're like whispering, it used to drive me insane. But I'm wondering what it's gonna sound like now. Back to the whole story with hearing aids. For majority of my life, up until I want to say I was maybe my brother's age, like between the ages of 10 and 12, I stopped wearing both hearing aids because I always had problems with this ear having hearing aids in them because my ears are different shapes, and this ear doesn't have a lot of room in the back of it. So I don't really, we used to have to like tape the back of my hearing aid to my ear, and it was just so much work. So I just wore one hearing aid on my bad side and evened it out with this ear. So even though I've had hearing aids, my last couple of hearing aids, well, I think it was like my last 2 hearing aids, I only had 1 instead of 2. So this is like even crazier for me because everything's so loud. I keep saying that, but I don't know how to express it. I just had to do my other eyebrow really fast. I need to buy some more of this. This Milk makeup brow gel is literally my favorite on the planet. I've tried other brow gels, but honestly, I love this one. And then I am planning on filming another video. Like I said earlier, I have 2 of my older hearing aids. That's really loud. Tapping off product. I'm gonna have to get used to that. But, ooh, look at that, what a brat. Oh my gosh. But I'm gonna compare my new hearing aids with my old hearing aids so that you guys can see the changes that hearing aids have had. Because, I mean, I don't think I would notice it so much if I didn't go so long without hearing aids. But, like, it's crazy. Because what was that year? Probably 2009, maybe 8 was the last time that I wore hearing aids. And it's 2020? Ooh. I'm gonna take the Diamond Wet highlighter. I would also like to know how many people know someone that has hearing loss. Let me know in the comments, because I feel like hearing loss is one of those things that you don't really know about. Like, even my mom was talking to one of her friends that has hearing loss, and she never even knew. And she pulled out her hearing aid and was like, oh man, I have hearing loss. I never even told you. My mom never even knew. So I'm wondering how many people in here, whether it's mild or profound, I'm really curious. Because that's what I have. I'm in the profound category. And then I do have a follow-up appointment with my audiologist in like 3 weeks to make sure everything's okay, because they set them all up to my ears and everything, but it's very strange to me, you know, like they can't really pinpoint like what is actually like a problem, you know, like to change the frequencies. Like, from what I'm explaining, like, is my hair actually really loud, or is it because I don't ever really hear my hair like swishing behind me? You know what I mean? So I was too afraid to ask the audiologist questions for a YouTube video, so maybe I'll be more confident to do that. Also, my confidence has instantly boost. Like, I'm a pretty bubbly person, I'd like to think, but my confidence, like, even at this audiologist place that I go to, the front desk ladies, for whatever reason, okay, I don't mean to talk bad if they're watching this video, but for whatever reason, they work in an audiologist building for, like, you know, people with hearing loss, and they talk so quietly at the front desk. And my defense mechanism is just smile and nod, and sometimes people will ask me questions and I'm just like, I don't know why, I just got in the habit of doing that. And like, I walked up to the desk checking out with my hearing aids on, and I was like, wow, I haven't had to ask anybody to repeat themselves, or I had to like fake that that I heard people. It's very, very strange to me. And then I'm gonna use the gloss. This one's Succulent from the mystery boxes. I figured this one would be pretty. Whoa! Doing my makeup wasn't as weird as I thought it was gonna be. There's still a few things I was like, whoa. But I can hear now. Maybe the audio for my YouTube videos will be better now. Maybe. Because right now I don't have a microphone, but my hearing aids are Bluetooth. So I think the microphone on my hearing aids are going through this video. I think I'm gonna have to rewatch it and see. That is strange. It is very strange. I'm still getting used to a lot of things. It is going to take me a while to get used to everything. I'm gonna have headaches. I've already gotten a headache today because I'm just not used to everything being so loud. Even just like sitting here, there's like, I'm used to sitting here in silence and it's not silence. And so it's kind of hard for me to relax because I'm like, what the heck are all these noises going on? Like even just moving like this, I can hear so much. Like my hair swishing, my clothes moving, sitting in the chair, my feet up against the carpet. There's a lot. But if you guys have any questions at all, I'm pretty open with my whole hearing aid, hearing loss journey. So if I didn't address anything that you had questions on, you can definitely comment down below. I might do another video with a Q&A if you guys have a ton of questions. But if there's only a few, I might just comment back. But definitely leave your questions down below. And if you have any suggestions on things to do with hearing aids, let me know, because I have a bit of a list of things to do. I already crossed one of them off, is listening to music full blast in my car. Sounds amazing. Side note, the sound of the highway is so loud. I kept thinking when my doors was open, I was like, is it really this loud? I was like, what the heck? And so like, that was pretty annoying. But as far as music, I was like, heck yes. What's another thing? But yeah, like movie theaters, the mall, there's so many things that I'm like, what is gonna be my impression of like going places? Even like going in my backyard, it's like, oh, I can hear the car down the street over there. I can hear my neighbors in their backyard. That's really strange. And I also wear contacts, so I have my contacts and my hearing aids in at the same time. I normally don't really even wear my contacts around the house. Like if I'm not leaving the house, I don't wear my contacts. So today is just a very overwhelming day. I'm like, I went from like being half deaf and half blind to like seeing and hearing everything, and it's just very overwhelming. Lots of things. I mean, I'm not blind, but I can't see past a foot from my face. So like if I don't have my contact on, I can't see the reflection of myself in this mirror. It's very blurry. But as far as like, you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. Leave your comments down below. I don't know what videos to suggest to you guys because I don't know when I'm putting this video up. I just decided to sit here and film it last second. But whatever video I filmed before this one is gonna be right here, and this video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here where you click on it and subscribe to my channel.